Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Jane Fonda is an American actress, activist, and former fitness icon whose career has spanned more than 6 decades. Born on December 21, 1937, in New York City, she is the daughter of legendary actor Henry Fonda and socialite Frances Ford Seymour. Over the years, Jane Fonda has become one of Hollywood's most celebrated and controversial figures, revered for her powerful performances on screen and admired, and sometimes criticized, for her outspoken political and social activism. Early life and background. Growing up in a family steeped in cinema, Jane Fonda's early years were marked by both privilege and tragedy. Her mother died by suicide when Jane was just 12 years old, an event that deeply affected her. She later studied at Vassar College and briefly lived in Paris before deciding to pursue acting. Rise to stardom. Fonda's film debut came in Tall Story, 1960. But she rose to fame in the 1960s with hits such as Cat Ballou, 1965, Barefoot in the Park, 1967, and Barbarella, 1968, a cult sci-fi classic directed by her then-husband, Roger Vadim. Her blend of charisma, intelligence, and sensuality made her one of the defining actresses of her generation. Critical acclaim and awards. Jane Fonda's talent shone brightest in the 1970s, when she emerged as one of Hollywood's most respected dramatic actresses. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, for Clute, 1971, where she played a callgirl entangled in a murder mystery, and Coming Home, 1978, a powerful Vietnam War drama. Other notable performances include They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, 1969, Julia, 1977, and The China Syndrome, 1979. Political activism. Throughout her life, Fonda has been a passionate activist. She became a prominent figure in the anti-Vietnam War movement, which earned her both admiration and backlash, especially after her controversial 1972 visit to Hanoi, which led to the nickname Hanoi Jane. In later years, she expressed regret for certain actions during that time but maintained her opposition to the war itself. Her activism extended far beyond Vietnam. Fonda has championed feminism, environmentalism, and civil rights, and she continues to advocate for climate action. In 2019, she launched the Fire Drill Fridays movement in Washington, D.C., leading protests for climate justice, even getting arrested multiple times. Fitness empire. In the 1980s, Jane Fonda reinvented herself again as a fitness guru. Her Jane Fonda's Workout, 1982, video became a cultural phenomenon, sparking the home exercise craze and becoming one of the best-selling VHS tapes of all time. Her fitness empire included tapes, books, and a focus on women's health and empowerment. Later career and legacy. After a hiatus in the 1990s, Fonda returned to acting with renewed energy. She appeared in films such as Monster-in-Law, 2005, and Georgia Rule, 2007, and gained a new generation of fans with her role as Grace Hansen in the hit Netflix series, Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022, alongside Lily Tomlin. Jane Fonda's life and career have been marked by reinvention, resilience, and a fearless commitment to her beliefs. Beyond her Oscars and box office successes, her legacy lies in her refusal to be confined by Hollywood stereotypes, using her fame to confront political, social, and environmental issues head-on. Even in her 80s, Fonda remains an icon of both cinema and activism, an artist and advocate who has proven that passion and purpose know no age limits. Personal life and relationships. Jane Fonda's personal life has been as eventful as her career. She has been married 3 times, each relationship reflecting a different chapter of her evolution as a woman and public figure. Her first marriage was to Roger Vadim, the French filmmaker known for his glamorous lifestyle and for directing her in Barbarella, 1968. They married in 1965 and had a daughter, Vanessa Vadim, before divorcing in 1973. Fonda's years with Vadim immersed her in the European art and film scene, influencing her political awareness and sense of independence. In 1973, she married Tom Hayden, a social and political activist and one of the founders of the Students for a Democratic Society (SDS). The marriage marked Fonda's deepening involvement in progressive causes. Together they had a son, Troy Garrity, who later became an actor. During her years with Hayden, Fonda became a key figure in anti-war movements and founded the Campaign for Economic Democracy, which promoted social justice and environmental reform. They divorced in 1990. Her third marriage was to media mogul Ted Turner, founder of CNN. Married from 1991 to 2001. The relationship exposed her to an entirely different world, one of wealth, philanthropy, and influence. After their divorce, Fonda said that being with Turner helped her learn about herself and gave her the financial freedom to focus on activism and self-discovery. Later activism and environmental work in the 2000s and beyond, Jane Fonda continued to redefine her role in public life. She became a vocal advocate for gender equality, racial justice, and environmental sustainability. In 2019, inspired by climate activist Greta Thunberg, she launched Fire Drill Fridays, a weekly protest movement in Washington, D.C., to raise awareness about climate change. Her dedication led to multiple arrests, which she wore as badges of honor for civil disobedience. Fonda has also supported organizations focused on ending violence against women and girls, and she has been a consistent voice in promoting body positivity and self-acceptance, particularly for older women. Memoirs and writing. Jane Fonda has written several books, most notably her 2005 memoir, My Life So Far, which became a bestseller. The memoir offered an intimate look at her struggles with identity, family, fame, and activism. She later published Prime Time: Love, Health, Sex, Fitness, Friendship, Spirit, Making the Most of All of Your Life, 2011, which reflected her philosophy on aging gracefully and living with purpose. Awards and honors. Over her illustrious career, Fonda has received 2 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTA Awards, 7 Golden Globes, and the AFI Life Achievement Award, 2014. She has also been recognized for her humanitarian work, earning numerous honors from feminist and environmental organizations. Legacy. Jane Fonda stands as one of the most influential figures in American cultural and political life. She has transcended generations, from 1960s Hollywood glamour to 1970s political activism, 1980s fitness stardom, and 21st century climate advocacy. Her life embodies reinvention and courage, the willingness to confront mistakes, challenge power, and embrace change. Whether as an actress, activist, or author, Fonda's message has remained consistent: use your platform, your privilege, and your passion to make a difference. Even in her late 80s, Jane Fonda continues to work tirelessly, both in front of the camera and on the front lines of social justice movements. Her energy, honesty, and fearlessness have made her not just a Hollywood legend but a symbol of resilience and reinvention for women around the world. Influence on feminism and pop culture. Jane Fonda has long been a trailblazer for women's empowerment, both through her film roles and her activism. During a time when Hollywood often confined women to decorative or secondary roles, Fonda brought intelligence, emotional complexity, and defiance to her characters. In films like Clute, 1971, and The China Syndrome, 1979, she portrayed women confronting systems of power, control, and gender inequality, performances that mirrored her own evolving feminist consciousness. Fonda's activism also intersected with the women's liberation movement of the 1970s. She spoke openly about reproductive rights, equal pay, and the need for women to reclaim agency over their lives and bodies. Her fitness empire in the 1980s, while commercial, also had feminist undertones. By encouraging women to care for their health and take control of their bodies, she subtly helped redefine beauty and strength in an era dominated by narrow standards. Her public discussions about aging, body image, and self-acceptance later in life have continued this legacy. In interviews and speeches, Fonda has emphasized that aging is not a decline but a period of self-realization and purpose, a perspective that has inspired millions of women to embrace their later years with confidence and vitality. Cultural impact and media presence. Jane Fonda's ability to reinvent herself across decades has made her a cultural touchstone. From the avant-garde sex symbol of Barbarella to the politically engaged star of Coming Home, and later, the fitness guru whose workout tapes filled living rooms across America, Fonda has always been in tune with the spirit of her times. In the 21st century, she once again connected with a new generation through Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022. The Netflix comedy, co-starring Lily Tomlin, became a hit for its refreshing portrayal of older women navigating friendship, love, and independence. The show not only reignited Fonda's popularity but also helped reshape how society views women over 60. Proving that humor, strength, and relevance have no expiration date. Reflections and personal growth. Fonda has often spoken about her life as a process of continuous learning. She has admitted to struggles with insecurity, body image, and the pressures of fame, but also credits those struggles for her growth. Her relationship with her father, Henry Fonda, was complex. She longed for his approval and often felt emotionally distant from him. Their collaboration in the 1981 film On Golden Pond served as a symbolic reconciliation, both on screen and in real life. The film, which earned Henry Fonda an Oscar shortly before his death, remains one of the most touching moments in her career. Fonda has also discussed her battles with eating disorders, self-doubt, and the challenge of finding her own identity apart from the men in her life. In her later years, she has emerged as a powerful voice for authenticity, mindfulness, and self-forgiveness. Enduring legacy. Few figures in American culture have managed to remain as relevant as Jane Fonda. She is an actress of rare versatility, an activist of unwavering conviction, and a public figure unafraid of transformation. Her life story mirrors the social and political changes of the last 60 years, from the sexual revolution and anti-war protests to feminist awakening and climate activism. Today, Jane Fonda is celebrated not just for what she has accomplished, but for who she continues to become. She embodies the idea that purpose and activism do not end with age, and that celebrity can be a tool for meaningful change. In interviews, she often says she hopes to die with curiosity, always learning, questioning, and growing, a sentiment that perfectly captures the essence of Jane Fonda, a woman in constant evolution, forever defying expectations. Notable filmography and career highlights. Jane Fonda's career is one of the most remarkable in Hollywood history, encompassing comedy, drama, science fiction, and political thrillers. She has worked with some of the greatest directors and actors of her time, earning critical acclaim and numerous awards along the way. Below are some of her most important and defining screen performances. 1960s, The Breakthrough Years, Tall Story, 1960, Fonda's film debut. A light romantic comedy that introduced her charm and screen presence. Cat Ballou, 1965, a Western comedy that became a hit and showcased her comedic timing. Fonda's role as an unconventional heroine earned her a Golden Globe nomination. Barefoot in the Park, 1967, co-starring Robert Redford. This Neil Simon adaptation cemented her as a Hollywood leading lady. Barbarella, 1968, directed by her then-husband Roger Vadim, this futuristic sci-fi film became a cult classic. Fonda's portrayal of a sensual yet naive space adventurer made her a pop culture icon of the era. 1970s, the era of serious drama and activism. They shoot horses, don't they? 1969. Fonda's portrayal of a Depression-era dancer in a grueling marathon competition earned her first Academy Award nomination. Clute, 1971, her role as Bree Daniels. A complex callgirl entangled in a murder case, won Fonda her first Oscar for Best Actress. Julia, 1977, a powerful drama about friendship and courage in Nazi-era Europe. Co-starring Vanessa Redgrave. Coming Home, 1978, Fonda won her second Oscar for Best Actress as the wife of a Vietnam veteran who falls in love with a paralyzed soldier. The film reflected her anti-war beliefs and became one of her most acclaimed works. The China Syndrome, 1979. A gripping nuclear power thriller that coincidentally premiered just days before the 3 Mile Island accident, amplifying its impact. 1980s, reinvention and mainstream success, 9 to 5 Inches, 1980. A comedy about workplace sexism, co-starring Lily Tomlin and Dolly Parton. The film became a feminist classic and a box office hit. On Golden Pond, 1981, Fonda starred alongside her father, Henry Fonda, and Katharine Hepburn in a touching family drama. It was both a professional and personal milestone for her. The Morning After, 1986. Fonda received another Oscar nomination for her role as an alcoholic actress caught in a murder mystery. 2000's Present, Resurgence and Legacy, Monster in Law, 2005, after a 15-year hiatus. Fonda returned to the big screen in this comedy opposite Jennifer Lopez, introducing her to a younger audience. Georgia Rule, 2007, a family drama that once again displayed her emotional range. Youth, 2015. Fonda appeared in a striking supporting role that earned her critical praise and proved her enduring star power. Book Club, 2018, and Book Club, The Next Chapter, 2023. These ensemble comedies celebrated friendship and romance later in life. Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022, the hit Netflix series co-starring Lily Tomlin became one of her most beloved projects, running for 7 seasons and garnering multiple Emmy nominations. Modern activism and climate leadership in her later years. Jane Fonda has become one of the most visible and fearless advocates for climate justice. Inspired by youth activists and scientists, she launched the Fire Drill Fridays campaign in 2019, holding weekly demonstrations in Washington, D.C., to demand urgent government action on the climate crisis. Even in her 80s, she was repeatedly arrested during peaceful protests, standing beside young activists, indigenous leaders, and fellow celebrities. Fonda also wrote the book, What Can I Do? My Path from Climate Despair to Action, 2020, which serves as a guide for citizens seeking to contribute to climate activism. She has emphasized that the climate crisis is inseparable from social justice, often linking environmental issues to inequality, poverty, and racial injustice. Fonda's commitment to the planet has earned her admiration across generations. Legacy and impact. Jane Fonda's legacy transcends entertainment. She is a symbol of transformation, an artist who evolved from glamorous starlet to courageous activist, from fitness icon to elder stateswoman of progressive causes. Her influence can be seen not only in the film industry but also in the realms of politics, feminism, and environmental advocacy. She has inspired countless people, especially women, to challenge norms, speak truth to power, and live authentically. Her openness about aging, mistakes, and growth has made her a rare figure who embodies both vulnerability and strength. As of today, Jane Fonda continues to act, write, and campaign tirelessly. Her life story is a testament to reinvention, resilience, and the belief that it is never too late to change yourself, or the world. The fitness revolution of the 1980s, one of the most unexpected and culturally transformative chapters in Jane Fonda's life was her role as a fitness icon. In the early 1980s, after years of political activism and critical acclaim in film, she turned her attention toward health and exercise, becoming the face of a global movement that reshaped how people viewed physical fitness. Her first workout book, Jane Fonda's Workout, 1981, and the subsequent VHS video, 1982, were revolutionary. At a time when home video technology was just emerging, Fonda saw the potential to reach millions of women who felt intimidated by gyms or disconnected from traditional fitness culture. The results were phenomenal. The VHS tape became the best-selling home video of all time, selling over 17 million copies worldwide. It helped launch the home fitness industry, turning exercise into a mainstream daily habit for women of all ages. Fonda's style, energetic but accessible, disciplined yet encouraging, inspired an entire generation to view fitness as a path to empowerment rather than vanity. Her colorful leg warmers, leotards, and upbeat routines became pop culture staples of the 1980s. But beyond the aesthetics, Fonda used her fitness platform to promote self-confidence and autonomy. She often said her goal was not to make women conform to a standard of beauty, but to help them feel strong, capable, and in control of their own bodies. Over the years, she released more than 25 workout videos, covering everything from aerobics to yoga and seniors fitness, and published multiple fitness books. Even in her 70s, she released Jane Fonda, primetime workout series aimed at older adults, encouraging lifelong movement and vitality. Returned to the spotlight after a 15-year break from acting. Jane Fonda's return in Monster-in-Law, 2005, marked a new era in her career. Critics noted her comedic sharpness and commanding screen presence, proof that her talent was timeless. In the following years, she appeared in stage productions, independent films, and major TV projects, continually reinventing herself for new audiences. Her collaboration with Lily Tomlin on the Netflix comedy, Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022, became one of her most enduring successes. The show was praised for its humor, warmth, and honest portrayal of aging, friendship, and second chances. It also reunited her with Tomlin, her 9 to 5 co-star, demonstrating their enduring chemistry and shared feminist sensibility. Fonda became an icon once again, this time for older generations and millennials alike, admired for her elegance, candor, and humor about growing older. Later life, wisdom, and activism. Even into her late 80s, Jane Fonda remains vibrant and deeply involved in causes that matter to her. She has been outspoken about climate change, gender equality, racial justice, and economic fairness, using her fame to amplify the voices of others. Fonda has said that activism gives her purpose, that it is her way of staying spiritually and emotionally alive. Her energy, whether on the steps of the U.S. Capitol or at global climate summits, continues to inspire generations of activists. She has also reflected on aging and mortality with refreshing honesty. In interviews, she often says she views this phase of her life as her third act, a time of gratitude and intention. "I don't want to get to the end of my life and realize I didn't live it fully," she once said. "I want to finish strong." Honors and recognition. Jane Fonda's extraordinary life has been honored with numerous awards, including 2 Academy Awards, Best Actress for Clute and Coming Home, 2 BAFTA Awards, 7 Golden Globes, AFI Life Achievement Award, 2014, one of the film industry's highest honors, Honorary Palme d'Or, 2023, at the Cannes Film Festival. Recognizing her lasting contribution to cinema, Kennedy Center Honor, 2004, for lifetime achievement in the arts. Her political and humanitarian efforts have also earned recognition from environmental, feminist, and human rights organizations around the world. The woman behind the legend through all her transformations, actress, activist, fitness pioneer, and cultural icon, Jane Fonda's defining trait has been courage. She has never shied away from reinvention or controversy, even when it came at personal or professional cost. Fonda's life has not been one of perfection but of persistence. She has spoken about her mistakes with humility and has used her platform to discuss subjects many avoid: mental health, eating disorders, aging, privilege, and regret. Her authenticity and self-awareness make her story as powerful as her performances. Whether in Hollywood or on the front lines of protest, Jane Fonda represents the idea that growth is lifelong and that influence, when guided by compassion and conviction, can truly change the world.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.